Welcome to Beyond Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Petralis, and we are super excited for today's guest. We just celebrated our 100th episode at AOA Studios. We want to give a shout out to Mike Scarfo. He hosted the event, and he is the host of the podcast, The Turntable Teachers. And it was a cool setup, had a big surprise there for us, balloons, the whole 9 yards. It was a really fun interview. So we enjoyed it. We soaked in it for the weekend, and we are back midweek, and we are at 101. So I wanted to get this guest on because we have a huge event coming up on Friday that he's going to be a part of, representing Medford Police, and that's where I'm from. So anybody from Medford that's doing something great or a bigger cause, we obviously want to get on here and celebrate them and shout them out. But someone who I'm connected with too, I actually coached him as a football player. I knew him as a student, so I've seen him kind of grow up a little bit, and I'm really proud of him and seeing what he's doing. He's going to be part of Friday, the Battle of the Badge, representing Medford Police. So without further ado, our guest today, Adam Spencer.
What's going on, guys? How you doing? Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you're coming on. And it's funny, we kind of saw each other randomly at an event, and you told me about this, and I
Yeah.
was just like, yes, absolutely. Like, I got a zillion things going on, but I promise you, like, I will not forget this conversation, and we'll talk. So I reached out to you like last week being like, hey, I haven't forgotten, like, let's figure something out. And here you are on the podcast, and we're gonna be talking a little bit about you today. But I've known you like since you've been like younger. You were in middle school, and I think I was like a permanent sub PE teacher.
Yeah, you and Mr. Maloney. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
were.
yeah.
You were.
And I remember, I think you were like a sixth grader, and I was like you really look like an eighth grader. I'm like, this kid's like interesting, like he's a good athlete. And I was coaching at Arlington Catholic. I'm like, we got to get this kid to come to
Yeah.
AC. And you end up going to Medford like your first 2 years.
I went to AC my junior year, and there you were.
Yeah, and so I remember the head football coach there said to me, hey, some kid from Medford's transferring into AC. Do you know him? I go, what's his name? He goes, Adam Spencer. I go, Adam Spencer? He goes, yeah. I go, well, I'll tell you one thing. I go, he's by far the toughest kid on the team. He's just like, he starts laughing. I go,
Oh,
seriously, I'm like, this kid is a presence. Like,
oh,
that's what we need. Like,
thank you. Yeah.
and you came in, and I was like, I don't know where we're going to use him on defense, but we will figure it out because he's stronger than everybody. He's athletic. Like, so we knew finding you a position was just a must. And I'll tell you, that year we knew we were going to struggle at the beginning, but we knew we were going to get better because we were young.
I'll
And
say one thing about going to
yeah,
Arlington Catholic, transferring from Medford High. Kind of nervous, anxious, not knowing anybody. But I'll tell you, what a great group of kids, guys. Now I still talk to some people. You know, I was lifting early and young. My older brother had me lifting weights, so I always was a tad. I was always a bit strong, but
yeah.
it was great being there for that 1 year and getting to meet everybody, and I'm grateful for that. And it's really, really good teammates, really good kids.
Yeah.
I was happy to go there for that year.
Yeah, man. And we were bummed when I remember when you transferred back to Medford High your senior year, and the coaches told me, I was like, he's what? Like, because I had so many ideas that I knew we were going to be so good, and we were like 10
Yeah,
and 1.
you
And
guys were awesome.
yeah, and I was like, oh man, this kid, like, I had so many
I
ideas for
just
you. So
it sounds corny, but I joke around. I say I bleed blue and white.
I get it, man. I mean, I
you
have that
know?
loyalty to AC, and I get it when you have a loyalty to your city, your town, your school. I get it. You're a Medford police officer. You grew up in Medford, you went to
Yeah.
school in Medford. Like, you're a product of the system, and you're now in law enforcement, protecting and serving.
Yeah.
So it is full circle. It is really cool. And another thing I know we used to talk a lot about when you play, but most certainly we still do on Instagram. And I know we send each other things every once in a while, is wrestling. I mean, we're both huge wrestling guys.
Big, big
I
time.
when I see like sometimes you post your workouts when you're like bench pressing like a Chevy, and just like kind of doing like a killer workout. It is like Stone Cold Steve
Yeah.
Austin. You got like the shirt, like the shaved head. Yeah, dude. Like, it
Oh,
is.
oh,
I
gee.
always text him like Stone Cold, like all the time,
It's my
dude.
go-to Halloween costume. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, you are obviously in great physical shape. I know you're a huge wrestling fan. Let me ask you this: WrestleMania, your main event, you versus a wrestler. you lose, what finisher do you want to be finished at WrestleMania?
What
What
do I
finisher?
want to be finished with?
Yeah, like what wrestling move do
I
you want
mean,
to
if
lose
I
at
ever got
WrestleMania 2?
stunned, but I mean, I think, my brothers used to wrestle. Well, they wrestled me. They used to get me in the sharpshooter, the Boston Crab, the Tombstone hurt my head a little bit, but I'd say sweet chin music.
Dude,
It's the
getting
way to
sweet.
go out.
Ric Flair out. That's how Ric Flair went out, man. That's
And
how he went
Shawn
out.
Michaels gave it to him.
For me, I mean, stunner's obvious, right? I mean, you want to get stunned. I mean, no one takes the stunner better than The Rock. And I'll say Pat McAfee took it pretty well a few years back as well. I was very impressed with his stunner taken. But for me, I mean, people's elbow, right?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I mean,
One of those.
him sliding
Oh yeah,
across like
yeah,
and just
shimmy.
dropping it.
You lay in there like this. Oh,
Um, and so obviously, you're huge. I know you're a big MMA guy too, and I've always
big,
kind of like messaged you being like, "Hey, what do you think of this or that?" Because I know
big.
you're very into it too. So, talk about just getting into boxing. And we'll jump in the event in a few minutes
Yeah.
here. But for you, is this something like you've always kind of wanted to do? Is this something you're looking to pursue, or is this kind of a one-time thing that you're doing right now?
It's definitely not a one time, but you got to start somewhere. So I'm mainly focused on this. Growing up, me, my brother Sean, and my brother Paul, tough group of kids right there, guys right there. And we had a TKO punching bag. And my oldest brother Paul used to put me in the room and he'd be like, hit this bag 100 times and then you come out of the room. So I've always been, I have a DVD set over here to the left of me from UFC 40. We're on the UFC 292.
Yeah.
I've always been studying film. I've always been doing ladder drills from football, but I crossed over. I've always I found it fascinating. I don't see it as two people punching their heads in. I see it as like a chess match, and you're going in there and you're testing your skills. You win, you lose. But so I've always kind of trained. I used to train when I was about 20 at Nolan Brothers Boxing. Shout out to them. Great group of guys, two brothers, Matt and Mark, out of Waltham. And then I kind of faded out. And, I started lifting weights. I'm not going to be a boxer. I got to figure out what I'm doing. So I haven't trained in years. I've always been working out, but I haven't been boxing. But I've always had this. I'm always analyzing fights. I'm always moving. I'm always shadow boxing. I'm always watching TV. Like I'm always on it. And I think it was early March, and I was like, I got to do something. And who do I know better than Mike Bulger? I
And we
swear to
were
God. So
talking
we
about
grew
it.
up together. He's another kid from Medford.
Yeah.
And I didn't have his phone number. And he eats, sleeps, breathes like he really
Yeah.
does. It's fascinating. And
It's unreal.
he's been working with me, thankfully, for the past few months, and we've gotten a lot closer. He makes fun of me a lot. It's funny. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's all in love.
But you
So
need that. You need that.
yeah, I slid into his DMs.
Hey,
I said, "Hey,
listen.
Mike." He was like, "Hey, what's up?" I was like, I got to ask you something. He's like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm out of shape. I need some help." So he ended up giving me his number, and I hit him up, and I was like, "Mike, listen, like, I'm not saying I want to fight right now, but like, I'm 265 pounds, and I know I have a lot left in the tank. Can you help me?" And he was like, "When do you want to start?" I was like, "I'll start tomorrow." Literally went the next day. Um, it's the way in Woburn, it's off of Montvale. And wow, he kicked my butt. Yes, sir, no, sir. It's funny because after this fight, he's got a lot of pictures of me huffing and puffing, passing out, big, chunky. So he's really like I've watched him spar, I've watched him coach. We've talked a lot, and he's really helped me get to where I'm at now. Now I'm 225 pounds.
I was just gonna ask you what you
Yeah,
weigh. Wow, so you dropped 40 pounds. Look at you. I
yeah.
mean,
I'm
dude.
pretty. I don't have a six pack. I got like a 2-pack going, but
Yeah, right, dude. You are an absolute
it's
machine. I'm
something.
sure. Yeah, your
But
two
no,
pack has a six pack.
he just so with my schedule, it's tough too. I work 4 on 2 off, a rotating schedule.
Mhm.
So it's hard to find time to train. So it's like on me, but so like on my off days, He's supposed to be doing details and overtime, but I've just been focused on this fight. So on my off days, I've just been going to Mike as much as I can, and I'm very happy that I picked up the phone and called him. I just got back from a techniques and defensive session right now, so
And you
shout
look
out to
like
you,
a
Mike.
million bucks too. You look like a million
I
bucks
feel
too on
good.
top
I
of
can see my bone structure a little bit. I'm
it.
happy. I'm not sweating. My blood pressure's down. Um, but I want to give a big shout out to Mike, if you don't mind. Mike, thank you very
Yeah.
much. I appreciate you. Very grateful for you. And we're not done. We're just getting started. Also, I don't know if you know, but he's fighting July
Oh,
14th.
July 14th, man. I
July
already know,
14th.
dude.
Get your tickets now. Hit up Mike Bolger, Wyndham, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Go get him.
I mean, we're huge fans of Mike here.
Yeah,
I've been following him on social media for a bit, and
yeah.
I always joke with him about our first awkward in-person meeting. I was at like Razzo's after our cornhole tournament. It was like one
Okay.
night he came walking in, and I turned to him like, I know you. I don't know why I know
Yeah.
you. And it was like the weirdest way to start off a conversation. He was just kind of like, who's this guy? And I was like, wait, Mike Bolger, right? Like he's like, yeah. I was like, I follow you on Instagram. And then he's like, oh, beyond like, and then we just started like talking. And so his last fight, we just kind of reached out to him. We had him on the podcast. We actually we bought tickets to go to the event. We
Yep.
covered it. And he absolutely, absolutely demolished his
He's
opponent.
really
And
he breathes this. This is
yeah.
he's his just talking to him, and now he's gotten me to a point where like he's there's levels to it, and finally a few weeks ago I kind of jumped that not like a level, but like I jumped up a little bit because everything that he's had me do is finally coming together, and it's starting to click. I'm starting to see things better. I'm starting to move better. I'm controlled better. I'm listening better, and yeah, I've learned so much from him, and I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to staying working with him. To be honest,
Yeah, it's great, man. I think you paired yourself up with a real
yeah,
good dude on top of it, and so that's power to you, man. That's awesome.
another Medford guy.
I mean, talk about a wrestler. Like, honestly, I would never say. I'll say this on the podcast, and hopefully he laughs. But I think about a wrestler, he's like Rick the Model Martel. Like, I think he should come down with the bow tie,
I was
like when
thinking
he comes down the
A little
aisle.
Vito. What was it, Vito? What's his name?
I mean,
Malvinus.
dude, I mean, maybe a
Six
mix of
pack.
both characters, and
Yeah,
obviously his opponents they'll be like, I want to knock this dude out, right?
yeah.
But like, what a gimmick that would be if he like could like somehow emulate Rick the Mall. I mean, their hair is both very similar,
Right here.
slicked back. Like,
Right here.
I mean, it is real. It is
Right
real.
here.
But yeah, so Battle of the Badge, let's talk about this a little bit. So obviously we talked about you getting into fighting and so on. You're training with Mike Bolger, but how'd you get involved in this event? What made you be like, hey, we're gonna do this? And obviously repping Medford, your Medford Police Department, City of Medford, and you have pride in
Yeah.
that. So that's real cool too. So just talk about how you got involved in this event and everything that has kind of taken off from that a little bit.
So, Mass State Police hosts events. I don't know if it's every year or every 2 years. Like last year, they had Battle at the Beach in Revere. Um, and I've been kind of just following their Instagram. And Keith Conway, he's a firefighter. He also boxes. He's helped me out in the past, and he would send me Instagram things. He's like, "Hey, whenever you get on police, you can do like go for it." And I'm like, I gotta get on first. Then I'm on. Then I'm like, all right, I passed the academy. I'm on police. Let's get some time in, and then tell everyone like, hey, listen, like, Chief, I'd like to represent Medford. What do you think? And once he gave me the okay, thank you, Chief. I met. They posted something about a fight coming up in the summer, and I DM'd them as well, and then they gave me an email, and I emailed and I said, hey, right now I'm 265. I just got on Medford. I would really. I haven't fought, like, but I've been training off and on. I can get in shape. Like, I'm really interested in fighting and representing my city. And I think a week later, they got back to me. He was like, "Yeah, we're setting up an event for the end of June." And this was like in March, right when I started training. So I was like, "Nice, really, like, awesome."
Yeah, hey.
And then I was being a pest. Like, I wanted updates, where, when, who, how, and it's all coming to fruition. And here I am, and I'm fighting Friday.
Now, how do you go to your chief and present this, right? Like, I'm just like, you walk in, you're like, hey, chief, listen.
So I was waiting for it, but I was working the desk one day, and he walked by, and I was like, "Hey, sir," I was like, can I have a second? He was like, what's up?
Yeah.
I was like, they're having a state police event boxing. I was wondering if I could represent the city, us. And he looked at me. He was like, "Can you even fight?" I was like, a little bit, sir. Yeah, I'm going to represent us.
As you pick up the chair and flip it and just start
Yeah,
going like that.
going upstairs and bench pressing 425, no problem. Yeah, so that was it. And yeah, absolutely. And, nobody forgot about it. The department's been behind me. They're all pumped up. The fire department's pumped up. So I got everyone behind my back. And now it's just time to go to work.
Yeah, man, I love it. And your chief was a really good sport with us
Yeah.
too. I mean, obviously, you're a huge fan of the rock paper scissors tournament that's going on our social media. Your chief came in to take on the champ, but the champ was too much. But your chief put up a battle. I think it was
Yeah.
4-2 final. But
Oh, yeah.
what was the buzz around the Medford Police Department after that? Knowing that the chief fell to our champ Adam.
He did, I know the day shift was buzzing about it big time. You get the big dogs all there all day. Nighttime a little quiet, but I know there was a lot of buzz going on. No, we don't like to lose,
Yeah.
So
I mean, Adam was just absolutely destroying everybody. Like
everybody, I saw that.
and then we just invaded like NWO style the high school.
When you go, what's Dominic Security?
I mean,
I own them. I see all them. I'm a supporter.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
You don't want to mess with the big dog, though. I'll give him something.
I mean, we're open. He's going the 6th grade next year, so he's
That's
going over
awesome.
to the Andrew. So we're totally sad that he's leaving the building and all.
Right.
But we will have almost like a Karate Kid 3 when like Adam goes all the way to the finals and he's gonna take on the new champ, and it's just gonna be like that. I think that's what's gonna probably happen. But
it's good buzz. It's good. It's good for everyone.
But back to you in all seriousness, back to you. I mean, so you get into training mode, you're fighting. I mean, talk about then how you figure out who you're fighting, how the opponent pool happens, things like that. Because I know that you had an opponent you obviously been training for. Unfortunately, had a knee injury, I believe.
Yep.
And now at the last minute, it's a different opponent. So maybe start at the beginning. How did this process work of who you were fighting?
My connect for Mass State Police.
Yeah.
I talked with him. I let him know my height, 5'9". I was 265, but I was like, I'm going to get to 225. I promise.
Yeah.
And then you also share your experience. Like I've been training, but I've never actually fought. So it's like, I train twice a week. I haven't fought, but I'm athletic, but I really want to fight. So he's been great working with, because you don't want to get matched up against somebody that's fought 10 times. Yeah. Well, that's been training 4 days a week. Right. So basically you tell them your experience and your size and basically.
How tall are you?
5'9". I like to say 5'10", but I'm
5'9". So you are just an absolute machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a gorilla. I got the gorilla. I'm a gorilla.
I mean, if I walked into a ring and had said that I had to box you, I'd be like, Jesus Christ.
So he had me matched up against a Lawrence police officer, Carlos Aguaya. I hope you get better, my man.
What was his size? What was his height, weight?
I haven't seen him, but I'm pretty sure he was a big dog.
I mean, he looks big in the picture. That's why I'm asking.
He looked mean.
Maybe it dodged a bullet there.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
We had a good quarter, nothing but respect, and I talked to my contact, and I'm like, I was heartbroken for I was just like, oh no, because this means so much to me. Like I want to showcase my skills. I'm doing this for me, but I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this for my friends. I'm doing it for the city. Like I'm doing it for the police department. I just want to. I'm so passionate, so that's what I wanted for. So I got promised to fight, and then they did some moving around, and now I'm fighting 6'3" Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I mean, what an Irish boxing name.
6'3". Let's go. Sign me up.
So obviously for you, I mean, talk about that mentally, I guess, maybe a little bit as jumping into this and doing that, switching opponent. Now you're trying to maybe learn what you know of this person. I mean, have they ever boxed before? What made them just kind of jump in?
I think he might have similar experience to me. I'm not really sure. So this is a charity event. So it's, some people have more fights than others. Like I don't have a fight. I don't know if he has a fight.
Yeah.
But all I know is I trust myself. I trust my coach. And I trust my preparation. So I'm walking in there and I'm going to get into a fight regardless. I mean, at the end, it's all respect. Hopefully we can shake hands after and have a cold beer. It's not. I
Yeah.
mean, we're all police officers. We're all in it together, and it's a charity event. So whatever happens, happens, and may the best man win. I'm not one to
Yeah.
shy away from anything. I've taken a lot of hits. I don't really get like obviously you get like I'm nervous, I'm anxious, like
Yeah, of
I'm getting
course,
in a
of
fight, I'm fighting in
course.
front of 1,000 people. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm wearing I got my shorts with the Medford patch right
Look
there.
at this,
There
dude.
it
Look at
is.
those things.
Little
Woo.
short guys.
Yeah, dude.
Um, so I'm nervous, I'm anxious, you get the jitters and everything, but I'm not afraid. Like I'm not afraid to get into a fight. I'm not afraid to protect. I'm not afraid of that. I use that. I stay calm and I love it. I love how everyone's excited. I'm bringing people together too. Like I'm bringing the police department, the fire department together. My
Yeah.
brother's on the fire department. You got a ton of guys going from there, a ton of guys going. We need everyone to be together. I know it
Yeah.
sounds corny, but we all need to. Everyone from that, we gotta stick together.
Dude, I
That's what we
agree.
need to
I
do.
love it.
And I'm if
Uniting a city,
and
man.
if
Uniting
I
a
can do
city.
that, if I can do that just a little bit, even friends of friends and friends, might not know each other, but you're all there for a good cause, and you all get together, and then you meet people, and you network, and it just makes a community better. I'm not here to push, it
Yeah.
sounds cliche, like you keep saying, but it's true, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm happy I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's something obviously that you're passionate about, that you've
Oh
wanted to
yeah,
get involved in. What better way of doing that than representing the police department, the city
yeah,
grew up in, and doing it in front of people that love and care about you? I mean,
yeah.
that is ideal. That's cool. And I mean, what an awesome opportunity you have. So yeah, of course you're gonna be nervous, dude. Like all that
Oh
stuff,
yeah,
like
I'm
being
nervous. I'm
said,
very, I'm
is so
nervous. I don't know what's
precious.
gonna happen. This guy's 6'3". I mean, he's
Yeah.
222. It's a big man in front of me.
Yeah,
I got
you
my
know what
hands
I
full
mean?
here.
It's all right, dude. You know what I mean? It's listen, like you said, trust your training. You're a tough dude, man. Remember that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, so I know you have two brothers. So, what's the age difference between you and your brothers?
My
Because,
oldest
like,
brother,
you're the youngest brother, dude. Like, at some
yeah,
point, if I was your older brother, I'd be like, I can't mess with Adam anymore. Like,
that's
you
and
know what I
that
mean?
that's that line we got there. I got my brother Paul is 36, and my brother Sean just turned 34, and I'm 29. So
Oh
I
yeah.
got a lot
Okay.
of. I've been power bombed through a lot of plastic tables,
Oh my God, dude. You're like basement of your
pool
house.
sticks
Like
all
that's
over
like
the
my brothers and
back.
I.
It's brotherly love, but they made me. I'm a tougher man for it,
Yeah,
and I
I mean
thank
it's the
them for
same
doing that.
way, dude. I
At the
get
point
it.
back then, I was crying, "Mom, help me! Mom,
Yeah,
save me!" But now I'm like, "Oh, I'm actually happy you guys did that." Now I'm like,
yeah.
"Yeah,
And now they're like, sorry, sorry.
uh,
um, no, but that's awesome. Obviously, I know the Medford Police Department has like a bus going down. I think the fire department's coming down too. I know a lot of people. I'm gonna be coming down, trying to get some footage of you coming down the aisle, ringside, things like that,
yeah,
for the event, and really try to capture the atmosphere for you. Talk, I mean, I'm huge into this next part, like music, dude. Like when you're working out, what's on the playlist? Give me a couple songs that are on the playlist that you just get you kind of juiced up in a zone, like ready to go.
you obviously got to go Eminem till I collapse.
Okay, yeah.
He's got go to sleep, or you want to cross over to Puff Daddy and Biggie with a little victory.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm actually a big punk rocker too. Oh man, Slipknot, some Slipknots in there. Maybe AC/DC, Thunderstruck.
So can I ask, or and if this is a secret, this is okay too. Do you have a theme song picked out that you're coming down to, or is that top secret
So
till
I'm
you
not
walk
sure
out?
how it's gonna work. I don't know if
Okay.
they're gonna announce me as I'm walking in. I don't know if there's gonna be background music. I'm waiting on that. I think that's fight day type thing. I have a couple songs in mind.
Yeah.
You to get the crowd going too.
Yeah.
Be a
That
little
I
loud.
mean, that interests me about you because I go so many different ways with you. Like I know you're an MMA guy. I know you're a big McGregor guy. So like I think of some of his entrances and
So I'm calm, cool, and collected, but inside
yeah.
I'm waiting to get off, the leash.
I mean, that's like Stone Cold. Like, dude, I mean,
Like
that
they
is the
say, like
ultimate.
welcome to the jungle, the beginning.
Yeah, dude. You know, you
Or I
get
might
it.
throw a curveball. Well, hold on, I'm coming by Sam and Dave. Oh,
Hey, listen, you
You
throw
know?
everybody off. Listen, you could have. I mean, that makes you instant. Everyone's paying attention to you. Become instant fame right there. So,
We'll see what happens.
um, no, I'm really excited. I mean, for you, the boxing training aspect of this. I mean, obviously, you're getting into it, like you mentioned, working and trying to balance that all, and but being really passionate and bought into this. As a boxer, what have you maybe learned about yourself in this training and this process, as far as like who you are as a person and maybe how much you can push yourself? I mean, you dropped 40 pounds, dude, in this training. I've seen some of the videos with you and Mike. It is constant cardio. I know cardio, I think he says feeds the wolves or some saying
Legs
like
feed the
that.
wolves.
There it is, right? So,
Yeah,
and drink water. I know those are his two big things, but I
stay
mean,
hydrated.
training is training, bro. You worked hard. I mean, anybody who's following your social media or his is seeing the grind that you're putting into it.
Yeah.
So, for you, talk about that a little bit, dude.
I know I can be pushed. Like I go to the gym and I'm by myself, and I only push myself so far, and it's just kind of like it's just an extra kick in the butt. Now, like the other day, I ran 4 miles, and I'm like, oh my god, I ran. I went to Hormel Stadium. I ran the bleachers 28 times, and I'm all I can hear is Mike in the back of my head, "Run, fat boy, run!" Like
Yeah.
and I learned that I can what you put in is what you get out. And also, I've translated over. I feel so much better after. I feel so much better at work. My brain's clear. My thought process is faster. My problem solving, everything is just better when you're training. And I feel so much better doing that. And just pushing yourself when you're tired, you want to fall down, you're sweating, you can't breathe, and you have someone there saying, you have another one in you. You can keep going.
Yeah.
1 more minute, 30 more seconds. Just push yourself, and you can get to where you want to get. I thought I was going to get to 235, and I'm like, you know what? Now let's go. I'm getting to 225. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
And so, it's just pushing yourself. If you want to do something, just really got to dig deep, find your inner person, find yourself, and find something to fight for, and just go for it. And just dig
Yeah.
and just I know the Nike sign says just do it, and it's easier said than done, but you're capable of so much. Your
Yeah.
body, your mind, mind, body, soul, it's all connected. And we're human beings. We have so much in us, and we're so capable of so many great things. Don't let it go to waste, and just go after something. I want this so bad. I've wanted this, and so I'm going for it, and I'm doing it.
Yeah, man. And
That's
it's
what I've learned. You keep your eye on the prize. Some days you're tired. Work 11:30 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Then I got to go back at work at 3:30 p.m. Then leave at 11:30, and then I got to sleep in the morning, and then I got to go train, and then I got to take a nap, and then I got to go back to work. Just some days you're gonna break down. Some days you're gonna have tough days. Then you have everything. So you got family, you got friends. You get food, you get drinks, you get. Hey, just mentally, I've become a lot sharper from this.
yeah.
Self control, discipline, because I've always had a goal, and then it kind of teeters off after a couple of weeks. No, this one's probably the longest one that I've really wanted.
Yeah.
The police academy. I went to boot camp. That was a goal. Did that. Police academy. Boom. Did that. Now I'm like, let's get in shape. Stop wasting your potential. You're capable of a lot more, and let's show your family and friends, and most of all, show yourself that you can actually do this. So I'd say self belief would be biggest thing I learned from this far.
Yeah. And I think that you learn that stuff when you're doing something that you're really passionate about. Like you mentioned, like 2 weeks, but no, it's gone on longer. Like I feel this is different. Like that's when you know you're doing something that you really genuinely want to do and want to grow in, or just like pursue and see where it leads you. So it's very cool to hear you say that. I get being passionate with what you do. I mean, I dabble in things, and I enjoy and passionate about different things that I do. And like this podcast was like the same thing for me. Like
Yeah,
I just kept going and going and
this is
going, and
great.
ideas and ideas. And it's nice, dude. So
101st episode. Look at you now.
yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. So, you if you have something and you want it bad enough and you want to make it work for yourself, you just got to figure out that balance. And sometimes you figure it out, and sometimes it takes a while to figure it out. But
Well, Mike always tells me, he
yeah,
understands that like he eats, sleeps, and breathes this. This is his job. He's a trainer. He's a full-time fighter. This is his world. And my world is I'm a police officer. I have to be there and is that's my job. It's my duty. It's
Yeah.
what I do. So he's always just like, make time, find time. So I go in a little early or stay a little late, or I find time because you got to do things on your own as well. It's not just when I'm training with Mike. I got to come home. I can't. I think about eating a cheese pizza or I'm eating a steak salad. I want a double cheeseburger with bacon on it from Five Guys, but I can't have it.
So let me
Yeah.
ask you that, because I was going to ask you that. When
Yeah.
this fight is over and you are back to just not training or off of training, what is the first thing that you are absolutely crushing and eating that you just haven't been
All
able
right.
to?
So I'm gonna probably take a couple of days off, but I'm going right back into it. The journey's just begun, just started. But
Yeah.
the big
What
guy
is it?
needs some good stuff. So in Sturbridge, there's a place called BT Smokehouse. And
Okay.
apparently it's famous and it's barbecue. I love all foods, but you give me some good barbecue. So I'm probably going to stop there on the way home. But if not, I'm going to the Rusty Can in Byfield, Mass. And
Wow.
they have this pork belly, smoked rye, smoked cheddar, smoked onion melts. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get a roast beef three-way because I'm also a big beef hunter. Shout out to North Shore Beefs right there. Oh, yeah. I'm going to take down those two, maybe some cornbread, some mac and cheese with some honey butter, and maybe stop off for an ice cream on the way home.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't sound coincident. That sounds like very well thought out and knowing like what
That's
you are
what that's
doing.
what I
Because
was eating before I was training. So I'm like, idiot. At once.
oh my God, that's too
Yeah.
funny, man.
I'm a
That
big
is great.
foodie. I'm a big foodie. I love food.
So obviously the training aspect of this, like you said, you're down to 225, but I think when we talked about your opponent there at 235, I mean,
Well,
is
he's I think he's 220, 225, but he's 6'3".
oh, okay. So he's same weight
Six
for
three.
you.
I believe he's
Now,
6'3".
now, do you have like an official weigh-in to make sure you hit weight? Is there an understanding with that? I mean, is
So
that
with heavyweights, I'm pretty sure it's 210 plus.
so it doesn't matter?
So
Okay.
other weights, it's very precise. This
Okay.
weight's 210 plus, but I just wanted to get down because I felt bad. I didn't feel good. I was eating like crap. I was drinking like crap. So like, honestly too, like I cut out. I was drinking a lot of. Now I'm 29 years old. I like to drink beers on my off days. I was
Yeah.
drinking, but you get bloated, and then uh, I'm drinking too much stuff with sugar in it, and I'm not eating the best stuff. So I lost the weight for myself. Like I could have fought at
Yeah.
260,
Yeah.
but I got down to this weight because I just feel better and I can move better.
Yeah.
So heavyweight, back to what you were saying. Sorry, I drifted off a little bit.
No, but don't worry at all.
Heavyweight's 210 plus. Big boys coming at you.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. So weight doesn't matter for
Yeah.
you.
I mean,
So
my fight, well, I'm going to fight at 225. Like I weighed, it was like 225, 225.3. This morning I was 222, but I'm about to eat 2 pounds of sushi. So
I mean, talk about, I mean, I know a lot of police officers on the force, both from, veterans on there to even younger guys through school. But what's the buzz right now around the police department? You fighting, like cops getting behind you. I know there's buses coming down and everything down to support you, but I mean, talk about maybe that vibe and what's been going on with the police department.
honestly, it's kind of surreal, just being from Medford, getting on the department. My brother's a firefighter. Now I'm a police officer, you know, coming on. I was nervous, FT, you train with somebody and then you're on for a year. That's like a probation period. And then like I just passed my probation period. So I've been a cop for over a year now. My 7 classmates, shout out to them too. Great job. And it's been great because right away there's a lot of guys that love fitness. I'm actually wearing a t-shirt right now. It's the Medford Police fitness team.
Look at that.
We actually separated. We got a blue team and a red team. We stay on top of each other. We got
That's
competitions
great.
and everything.
That's
So
smart.
yeah, it's been good because you got guys want to be better as well. And then I came out with this fight, and Jess Walsh, Officer Jess Walsh, she's great. She's in charge of our media and whatnot. And
Yeah, she's been
she
great with
created the
us. Yeah.
poster for me and put it up at the station. And everyone's like, "Oh wow, like we didn't really know this was real." So then everyone kind of got behind it because I'm actually the first person for Medford Police to do this. So it's kind of like everyone, and it's excited. It's like, one, it's a charity event. Two, it's other police officers and firefighters. You
Yeah.
got fire rescue team from United Kingdom coming over. So it's great that everyone is there for like a good cause, and it's like a brotherhood and a sisterhood. So it's like a bond everybody shares. So everyone's like, and some people need nights off. Everyone works hard. Everyone's got families. So everyone's really excited to, go hang out, have a good time, eat some food, have a couple drinks, enjoy themselves.
Right, right.
You know, so the buzz has been good. Morale's been high. And and we're a big team. Everybody jokes around. Everyone's there for each other. So I feel like the morale's a little bit higher.
I like
Go
that.
walk in the locker room, someone's playing Rocky music, busting my chops. It's
Well, I'll tell you this, and I will start this buzz now. I will start this buzz now because I know it's going to become a big deal as the summer goes. If you are able to pull it off for the city of Medford on Friday night, I think there should be a belt for you. I think they should invest in a legit belt that you get to bring in your squad car or just carry around the station as the heavyweight champion in the world. Like I think that is very reasonable. I
we
know it's
had
budget time, but you can squeeze a belt in there.
we had a record. We had records set for weightlifting at the
Yeah.
station, and
Oh, that must
a
be a
big deal.
big
We
thing
get
in the
some
station.
big
Yeah.
dogs over there that are in great shape, and
Yeah.
young buck. The young buck came in. Hey guys, I'm here now.
Yeah.
I love them all. They're great.
Like the alphas here now, gentlemen. The
We
alphas
got a lot
here.
of alphas. It's just the young guys coming in. Great group of guys. And girls. Everyone. I keep saying it, but what a team! What a team! What a group of people we have.
Yeah.
Really, shout out to you. Shout out to the police department. You guys are great. I'm still happy to be here. The smile hasn't left.
Yeah. I mean, so let me ask you this, right? So you represented Medford Police. Let's say next year they look for a second person to represent Medford Police in the match. Who's a cop right now that you think did the training, could come in, rep Medford, and could maybe rep them in next year's match?
Former Marine, my good friend. I'd say Eric Elhert.
Okay.
He's got on a little before me, and we've become a lot closer. And he's in great shape. And we met and we were talking about it months ago, and it's just coming to fruition. So I get him to the boxing gym and get him training. He's in shape. He's tall. He's long. He's lighter. He's
You
got
said
some
his last
skin.
name's Elhert. Elhert.
It's Ehlert.
It's a tough last name. Right
His
there.
name's Eric. Great guy. He's me. We got a little trio. It's me, him, and my other new best friend, Mike Frangilla. We're kind of the Three Stooges. Young guys. We're always we clicked right away. We love being police officers. We hang out of work. We talk all the time. We work out together, and I'm glad to be with them on the job and off the job. But Eric he's long, he's tall, he's got some fight to him. So I'd like to see
You
him
gotta get some SWO shirts like Spence World Order. You guys like walk around the weight room with them on. You have the belts.
I'd like to get him in there, get him going.
That's great, man. So in all seriousness, obviously we have a city behind you here. People are coming in, they're supporting you, family, loved one, friends. I mean, there's the buzz on social media is really going. Your story's kind of blowing up with a lot of people just giving you a shout on it, and that's great. How many rounds is this fight going again?
3 2-minute rounds.
3 2-minute rounds. So
it's a sanctioned bout, amateur boxing. This is going on record. You got to get an updated physical. You have to have USA Boxing certified headgear. They give you gloves. Hands are actually taped. There's going to be judges. There's going to be doctor ringside. This is real deal.
now for you, obviously you were training for another opponent, like we mentioned earlier, and an opponent goes out. For you, is that going to change maybe the way you go into this, or are you going to kind of stick to the same game plan at this point, or is that kind of top secret and keeping that tight to the chest? Don't give anything away that you should.
I've been training. I haven't been able to train as much as I want to train.
Okay.
I haven't fought before.
Yeah.
I think I can fight. We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Hope I can. I hope I know what I mean. Who knows?
Yeah.
I know. I know. I know
though.
Once I found out the guy is 6'3", I actually kind of like him a little bit taller. So
yeah.
we'll see what. You're just gonna have to tune in and find out.
Swing for the rafters,
You're just
right?
gonna
Just
have to
wait
tune in. You're gonna have to watch Friday and don't blink.
Well, our Instagram story most certainly be
Yeah.
updating as we're there, the way down, the way
Oh yeah,
there, the way
that's
back.
great.
So
That's great.
we'll
Thank
have
you.
a lot of fun with that. I mean, for you, you mentioned it earlier, and you kind of alluded to some things that you really learned about yourself throughout this process. I mean, when that third round is over tomorrow, I mean, not tomorrow, excuse me, Friday, your arm goes up in the air, victory, okay. Win or lose, in all seriousness, win or lose, talk about what this means to you, finishing that bout, doing it in front of the people that you love and care about you, and just like you mentioned, being a Medford guy representing your force. Like, what is something that you think, whether it's emotional or whatever, that is just going to hit you when
I'm a
that
bit of
final
a,
goes
I'm a bit
down?
of a, I'm a bit of a crier. My
Yeah.
friends were growing up, and I still got the same crew. A little spensitive instead of sensitive. I'm very I really care about my family, my friends. Like it just they mean so much to me, um,
Yeah.
and that just keeps me going. And just meeting new people and just being on, we're brothers in arms. We go to work together. We go to, we have to keep each other. We have to watch each other's backs, and the bond that we share now, and just being able to go out there and do this, like, and represent them and hold the Medford flag high, you know, for my family, my brother Paul, my brother Sean, like they've always supported me. They always knew something good was going to come, and just a matter of time. Everyone goes through their obstacles and their struggles, but look where we are now. And I want to say thank you to my mother too. My mom's going to be there. Um, she said she's going to close her eyes most of the time.
I
I
figured,
know she
right?
wouldn't mind me getting a punch in the head, but she's going to be like this. But like, she's, I'll put her through a lot, ups and downs, families are, but just to be there for them. I'm representing me. I'm representing my brothers, my mother, my cousins flying in from Texas. My other cousins are going. Medford. Like I get emotional. Like you'll see me when the national anthem's going on. I might get a little teary eyed because I'm doing this, and to me, it means the world. My father passed away back in 2015, and he was a firefighter, and he thought I was like the toughest kid in the world. I'm like,
Yeah.
Dad, leave me alone. I don't know what's going on here. But
Yeah.
this would mean so much to him too. So like I'm going in there with that too. I know I'm making him proud, and I hope I'm making everyone proud, and hopefully everyone has a good time, and win or
Yeah.
lose, I'm going out on my shields. Um,
Yeah.
and it just having that in me. Some people do it, some people don't, and I just put myself out there, and I hope everyone's happy, and I hope
Yeah.
everyone has a good time, and I'm happy and grateful and honored to be able to wear this Medford Police patch and wear the blue color, and just do it for everybody.
Yeah, man, and I think that's great. I mean, that's great PR buzz for the city as well, and for the
Yeah.
police department. My brother's a cop in Everett, and
In
what
the
you
fire
guys,
department too,
yeah,
love those guys. We go to calls together every single day. Maybe you'll see some EMTs coming as well. I think some DBW guys are going. We're a city. We work together
yeah,
every day in and day out. The clock doesn't
yeah,
stop, so we're out there. And I
yeah,
hope everyone just comes together. Just one big team. We need Medford to be a team.
yeah,
All we
which is
need.
really
And
cool.
I want to. My coach Mike too. He's really I really want to show the work that he's put in, and I want to just show everyone that he means business with
Yeah,
coaching, and not going to let him down either. And I actually want to give one shout out too, if you don't
yeah,
mind.
yeah, absolutely, go for it.
When I was training a few years ago, I trained with this guy from he lived in Medford, born in Medford. His name's Greg Bono, and he really, he used to punch my head in boxing, and he always just knew there was a dog in me. He always knew my consistency was up and down at the time. My weight was fluctuating. I wasn't really committed, but he always had belief in me as well. And I believe he's going to the fight with his kids and his wife. Uh, you know, he fought in bare knuckle. I flew down to Florida to see him fight, so I hold him close to my heart too. Shout out to you,
Yeah,
Greg.
yeah,
Thank you for believing me, and we're doing this.
Yeah,
So
man. I
I,
mean,
like I
this
haven't, we don't talk all the time, but like I don't forget people that have been there
can't
and
do
kind
it.
of,
Yeah.
it was years ago, but he saw something in me, and so shout out to him too.
Yeah,
Really.
man. I mean, it's cool. It just seems like you just got a lot of people behind you, a huge support system, people coming out from all different areas, different, backgrounds, and really cool, like you said, within the city, your brother being on the fire department, and everybody popping off for you. So that's real cool. And I want to thank you for coming on here today. You are a huge supporter of me. Like I said, on Instagram, we definitely always message each other or send each other wrestling stuff or MMA stuff, and always have a good laugh. But it was great to see you get on the Medford Police Department. I know I saw you at National Night Out. We'll be covering that event. You were great. You were scooping slush and like an animal, and
August 1st, I think. Be there,
yeah, we'll be
everybody.
there. We're gonna be there.
Everybody.
Yeah, so it'll be a fun event. But in all seriousness, it's great to see how well you're doing and what you're doing, and I appreciate your support, and we'll be there to support you Friday.
Well, thank you for having me, Anthony. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. So, guys, Friday night, hype it up here. Hype it up for me. Friday night,
Friday
where
night,
is it? Tell me
Friday night,
where.
Host Hotel, Sturbridge, Mass. I know it's a little bit of a drive, but it'll be worth it. Trust me. There's probably about 10 fights, 3 2-minute rounds. Some of them aren't going to the distance. Doors open at 5. Fight start at 6. Come, have a drink, yell, scream, hold posters, have a good time, and watch some knockouts.
Do we know when you're fighting around? Do you have any
So the lineup's
idea?
supposed to be coming out tomorrow. I'm not sure.
Okay,
But hey, first come, first serve for seats. If
let's
not, you'll be
go.
standing. So get there.
Oh, I'm gonna be like a ghost sneaking through,
Oh yeah,
getting all
get there.
sorts of
It's
shots.
it's gonna be a good one. Don't miss.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, listen, we're excited for you. We'll be there, and yeah, and well, like I said, our Instagram will be going real well for you that night.
Awesome.
So we appreciate you. Good luck, and thanks for popping on here.
Thank you,
So
Anthony. Appreciate it.
guys, till next time, I'm your host, Anthony Petralis, Adam Spencer, representing Medford Police, guys. Till next time.